यहाँ पे नेहा राइट में हाँ बराबर
मैम ये सेंटर मैम सेंटर में
अभी इस कैमरा
ओके
मैम मी टू
you have to come and stand next to me. What's happening?
अरे तू काय बोलत प्रॉब्लेम आहे
Gaurav, come on. Everybody who's made this show must be here together. Sorry.
मैम
Thank you. I think half the reason, or a very large part of the reason that the show is such a success is because of all of you, because of the press, because of the media. So thank you so much for always supporting us. You know, जब हमने ये शो शुरू किया था तो हमने सोचा नहीं था कि इस शो की शुरुआत कई लोग पूछते हैं कि कैसे हुई, और ये शो की शुरुआत हुई एक पार्किंग लॉट में, और बहुत अजीब लगता है पर उस पार्किंग लॉट में मैं ऐसे ही खड़ी थी अपनी गाड़ी के लिए, और साथ ही में मेरा एक बहुत पुराना दोस्त, या फिर वो समझता था कि वो मेरा दोस्त है, पर मैंने उसको वैसे you know, I hadn't given him that much importance in my life till we actually started making the show. That's this gentleman sitting over here. His name is Gaurav Adva, and he was sitting with he was actually waiting for his car along with Rishi Malhotra, jo Saavn ke, he's one of the 3 partners of Saavn, and he's in New York, of course. Rishi and Param and Vin, of course, they're here in spirit with us. I just spoke to them. You know, to cut a long story short, ये शो जब हम सब अपनी गाड़ियों का इंतजार कर रहे थे और हम बातचीत जो हमारी शुरू हुई, उस वक्त इन्होंने कहा कि you know, आप बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग बातें करते हैं, एक एक्टर होने के नाते we didn't think that you were so interesting, why don't you have an audio show? And I thought it was a very you know, it was a very interesting proposition कि I was like, देखते हैं कल तक पता चल जाएगा सावन के जो लोग हैं उनका दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी हो जाएगा. That was my day when I tried to go out there, judge them, but guess what? They proved me wrong. They have supported me immensely through it all. There was a small idea, and guess where we are today? We're in season 2. And thank you everyone from Saavn. Thank you my wonderful team. Where's my writer, who is absolutely brilliant? Mansi, she will never come on stage, you will never see her, but yes, the most wicked person in the room is sitting right here in a blue top. Then I think this show would be nothing if it wasn't for the amazing guests that we've had on the show. Starting from Karan Johar, who was my first guest on season 1 of No Filter Neha, going up to Karan, Kareena, Sonam, Kangana, Farah, Anurag, Chetan, Arjun, oh my God, there are like so many, Ranbir. I can go on and on and on, and the list is endless. And just when I thought that sitting over there and just being a guest, and I would always tell them, you know, क्या करना है आपको? आके मेरे से बातें ही तो करनी है. It's just an unfiltered chat.
Varun Dhawan listening, I think Neha, you've got the gift of getting people to say things which they probably didn't plan to say. Which makes me ask you, what makes No Filter Neha different from, you know, other celebrity talk shows?
I think, firstly, that it's audio. So that's what makes it completely different. It's a completely different platform. The fact that it's on Saavn, it's not video. I get asked this question a lot, why is it not video? The answer is it's not video yet. So,
okay.
Yeah, so that's the first and most important thing. For me, the one thing that sets this show apart is the research that goes into it. So we have a way of doing research where first we have a team that does research where you get everything that's available online about the person, and then we make sure we put all that information aside. We literally put it through the shredder and we're like, we never want to hear this again and or read about this. And then we start making our calls and getting amazing info out. Like literally, I have cold called so many people in the past 1 year. Like I remember cold calling Ranveer's best friend, and then Imtiaz's friend sitting somewhere in Calcutta, and you know, Karan's childhood friend or someone or the other. and then getting info out. So the minute you give them that information,
Right.
they're like, oh my God, how did you know this? And I think most importantly is the way, I love the monologues that are there. It's a
Right.
part of my life, and like I introduced, and this is where my wicked writer comes into play, and she's sitting right here. That's Mansi, who's the writer of the show. And it's just the way she formats the questions, or the way we think about the questions. We take them to a point where they don't have a choice but to be
Right.
unfiltered.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, believe it or not, there's a science to it. And I think that a large part of it, like, there's nothing more that I enjoy when it comes to the media, even more than, no offense, like amazing photographs. What I enjoy is a great interview. Like when somebody has spent time to read about me or get to know me and then get to know me better, I love spending time with those journalists or those people who like to interview me. And, I want to make it special for our guests, or our team would like to make it special for our guests, because when they come and they give us that 1.5 hours or 2 hours of their time, we want to spend at least, 4 days or a week doing that research to make them feel important. So yeah, I know it was a simple question and a long answer, but we spent a lot of
No,
time
but
on
that's fantastic. I mean, the approach, I think you've got the science, you've got the equation, you've got the formula, right? So
Yeah.
I can actually go on and on, but I think I'm going to now turn the table and, we've got mics, so it's your turn now. Neha and Mahesh are here. Please feel free to ask your question. Just make sure you raise your hand, identify yourself, and here we go with the first one.
Oh, the giggly girl behind me.
Hi Neha,
Hi.
this is Ankita from Republic TV. My question to you is, what is the no filter thing you have done or said in your life? Anyone?
We showed you that AV. This is the scariest and most unfiltered thing. I've never spoken about Spanx in front of anyone, so it's kind of embarrassing because it's out there now and it's on YouTube for life. And I think the most unfiltered thing that I have done in my life is definitely host this show. Like, I know that I'm really putting myself out there, because as much as, Varun is not wanting to talk about Alia, I'm also saying stuff about Alia, and then I'm also saying stuff about Arjun, and I'm also saying stuff about everybody who comes on the show. So yeah, it's, but I had reached this point where we used to have, I've had so many amazing conversations with all these people who we call celebrities and A-listers, and when I talk to them off camera, they're so much fun and unfiltered, and I'm just like, you know what, we should put this out there. And it's not like they're talking about their personal lives, or it's not like they're gossiping. You didn't hear any of that. This wasn't a gossip show. It was a show about them just having fun. So yeah, that's the most unfiltered thing I've done. That may be a lie. I've done a couple of unfiltered things, but let's not talk about that right now. Yeah.
Also, the episode is really interesting,
Thank
and
you.
I really find it very amazing. So do we have No Filter Neha 3 coming up any soon?
I don't know. Let's see. Hopefully, it'll all depend on how much love we get from the audience. It'll all depend on how much, the press supports us. Because I promise you, season 1 did so well because of how much love and support we got from the press. And, you're nothing without your audience, and when you're doing a talk show, you're nothing without your guests. So I don't know, for as long as my friends or all the famous people I know keep coming on the show, I'm sure we will, and depends. And, if things go well with Saavn, unless they go and get like no filter, I don't even want to name a famous person. It doesn't sound right, but yeah. For sure, like if everything goes as planned, we would, yeah, why not? There's no reason not to. I mean, there's lots of people who still haven't come on No Filter Neha. I have a yeah, for sure, Shah Rukh. He better come. Shah Rukh Khan, are you listening? You better come on No Filter Neha season 2. I'm not even getting to season 3. We still have 6 guests that I haven't named, so yeah. Somebody, whoever's going to the next press con after this, please put out the message.
Hi, Neha.
Hi.
Arimanya.
Hi.
You've done a lot of celebs, and you also have been part of Bollywood. So, do you have any principles and protocols which you follow, like not hitting below the belt? You just mentioned it briefly. But there are certain people who would love to give that kind of gossip to you. So are there any no-nos which you have yourself set aside that you will not do this or that on a particular show?
Oh yes, absolutely. We have, the thing is that all these people who come on the show, or all the people you've seen on season 1 and season 2, all people who've come on the show because at some point I've been friends with them, or I've known them, or I've had great conversations with them at work, or maybe I've just simply worked with them. I never talk about their personal life. I definitely take them there. For instance, even with Varun, he's the one who's admitted there is a special someone in his life. I would never bring it up. That's one thing I don't do, because I don't like discussing my personal life, in public. But yes, if somebody asks me a blatant question, I will give a blatant answer. The other thing is, sometimes when we do our research, we get a lot of information that shouldn't be out there in public. Like, a lot of their friends get very carried away with telling us stories about them. But we do definitely filter those stories, because sometimes when I'm listening to those stories, I'm just like, no way, this guy's going to get up and leave if I mention this. So and for me, I have to be very, very sensitive towards my guest, because they're taking out time and coming for this. There's Ranveer who's coming up soon after Varun, and we've discussed everything from football stories to how it was when he was growing up. But I don't think we ever reach a point where we'd like to offend anyone. And I repeatedly say this every time I speak to members of the press, or whenever we're talking about the show. It's not a gossip show. It's just an unfiltered chat with my super famous friends.
One more question, which even Mahesh can answer at the same time, is that Saavn is a music channel, whatever. You have no Filter Neha, which is primarily focusing more on Bollywood celebs. Now you have Asanya, who's also coming on board. So do you have any options available where the music blend could be added to the No Filter Neha show?
So we launched Saavn Originals last year, and we have about 30 plus shows.
No, but with the No Filter Neha, you don't have any singer or a music personality.
Actually,
we do actually. The thing is that we try and keep it a bit of, like a large chunk of it is actors, but we also try and mix it up. Like last year, we had 3 directors. There was Karan, there was Anurag Kashyap, there was Farah Khan, and then we also had Vishal Dadlani, who came in as a music person. We also had Yuvraj Singh, who came in as a cricketer. So almost half, and then there was Chetan Bhagat, who is a writer. So that's like 50% of the show were non-actors, and just the other 6.
The music aspect is not being.
Vishal came in.
That was just the only one.
Yeah. So this year, now that you've asked the question, I may want to spill the beans. We may. I'm not going to promise anything, but as far as music is concerned, we may have Sonu Nigam coming on No Filter Neha. So yeah, he's going to be talking about music, and I feel like he's in a bit of an unfiltered phase of his life.
Definitely.
So it'll be great. It'll be a great brand fit to get him on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So could you please use the mic?
We are speaking in English. There's not, I understand that a lot of the episode, a large chunk of it is English, because, it's not that I'm more comfortable in English, या फिर मुझे हिंदी बोलने में कोई problem है, but कई बार होता है कि they just express themselves better in English. But yes, we are focusing and we try and tilt them.